Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing well today. This is Khadijah. Why do I feel that independent women syndrome was done by force? I think it was a mindset that was done systematically, and women have adopted it as a defense mechanism, basically to beat a man to the punchline. For example, instead of waiting for a man to say, no, I will not take care of you, no, I will not provide for you, no, I will not be there for you. A lot of men have not been taught that they should seek a wife, that they should protect and provide and build a family, grow a family. A lot of these old school, per se, principles don't apply with this new age man. So when a woman is out in the dating scene and she's dealing with the majority of men, a lot of men are not looking to have someone that they have to take care of, someone that they have to provide for. A lot of them are struggling themselves with paying their own rent, with maintaining their own car note, with keeping groceries and food on the table for themselves. So the mass majority get away with being able to only have to fend for themselves. So when a woman meets a man and she knows this information in the back of her mind, rather than her getting let down and him saying, no, I will not take care of you, no, I will not go out and hustle and grind harder for you than I have to for my own self. No, I won't go that extra mile. So as a defense mechanism for her, she's like, well, I'm not going to give him the opportunity to tell me, no, he won't take care of me. I don't need him. I will, get a whole bunch of degrees and I'll work 2-3 jobs if I have to. I will do whatever it takes, even if that means her running herself completely ragged. The woman, she can pride herself that I didn't have to ask a man for anything to be able to take care of me. Not saying she does not want to ask, because by nature, in her genetics, in her DNA, she wants to. A woman was by nature genetically programmed and designed to be the receiver. Her female anatomy makes her the receiver. So of course, she wants to be taken care of. She wants to be provided for. She wants all of these things. But like I said, with society and, the economy and a lot of men not having that specific home training, a lot of the dynamics of what and how things should be, they shift a lot. So us as women, we have to adapt. We get into the independent women syndrome by force because we're forced to. We have no choice if our men are not stepping up and saying, hey, you know what, I don't want you working so hard. You've been working for years. You've been holding down house. You've been holding down children. You've been taking care of yourself. Now it's my turn to come in and give you a break. So we do it by necessity. But rather than own up to the fact that it's done by necessity, we save face and we say, I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man to take care of me, to do this, or that. And it's kind of sad because everything that I'm speaking from a nature, designed by nature standpoint. So by nature, again, a man being genetically programmed to be the givers, his male anatomy makes him the giver. So he's giving that, as well as providing and taking care of, you know what I mean? So a lot of people kind of get caught up in that, oh, women need to sit down somewhere and they need to, let go of all of this independent, women. Sweethearts, if we had the opportunity and if the man stepped up and, allowed us to be in our rightful, by nature, positions, that independent woman mentality thing would phase out so fast. It would be a thing of the past. Every woman wants to be in her rightful place. Every woman wants that. Now, just because she wants to be in her rightful place does not negate the fact that she still desires to be ambitious. She can have a man that can take care of her and provide for her, but she is still ambitious. She is still driven. She is still always attaining to elevate herself. Now, just because she wants to elevate, that's not the same as saying, I want to be completely independent. I seek no help from a helpmate, from a partner. That's not what that's saying. A woman can absolutely be in the position of receiving care, emotional support, financial support. She is able to have that, as well as keep her ambitions in life for elevation. And it's a beautiful thing when we are able to sit in our rightful positions. We don't have to be mommy and daddy. We don't have to be, the givers as far as, providing for family and providing for a home by ourselves. And we have to be the receivers ourselves too, as far as, anything that we get, gifts, support, we have to provide it ourselves. You know what I mean? So I really do feel like it was a systematic approach. A lot of this was done by design. If you think about how a lot of, Black family cultures and structures about how they are, a lot of this dates back early, 1900s. Like, this was not by coincidence. This was not by accident. As far as government, their position has always been to remove the Black male from the home, from the Black family structure in general, and replace him with government. The Black woman's husband was the government, assistance and, welfare and food stamps and those types of things. So early on, a lot of men, were never reprogrammed to say that, no, I'm just going to grind a little bit harder to where the woman in my life, she's not going to have any of those types of assistance. She's not going to have to work 3 jobs. I'm going to stand in my manhood and in my masculinity, and I'm going to be the protector and the provider that I was designed to be by nature. So we really have to, look at the scope of things, and we have to start conditioning and programming ourselves with new ideologies, because a lot of our mindsets and thought patterns were given to us. The way that we think about things is not the way that we came up with on our own. The news and the media and different social media platforms gives us our opinions, persuades us, it gears us to a different type of agenda that we did not lay out, a plan for us that we did not sit down and write out as standard operating procedures as far as the family structure goes. So it's kind of, it's a sad thing, but again, it goes back to necessity. When the men no longer had to be the protectors, the providers, the head of households, more or less he got soft. And I'm not clowning or bashing men in general, but I'm speaking about the systematically engineering of the male mindset, especially in the Black community. He has gotten soft because he was not required to take care of that woman or go out and seek a woman to raise her up and elevate her higher. So I wouldn't be so quick to, judge an independent, Black woman. She's doing it out of necessity, but she's fronting by saying, oh, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. No, she's saving face, and she knows in the back of her mind that she doesn't have a choice, because on average, most men are not coming to take the burdens away from her so that she does not have to struggle or do all of these things on her own that she was never designed to do. So, I send love to my sisters, and I understand. I don't judge. I don't bash. To the men out there, the real man, if you're hearing this message, if you're single and you are more self-indulged in, I'm just going to have a house and home for myself. I'm just going to focus, on what I like to do. I like to go to football games, and I like to travel, and, I like to do all of this stuff, that I can do because I'm not burdened with the responsibility of having a woman or having a family. I say to you, the saying, find a wife, be fruitful, multiply. I just encourage you to remember some of the reasons why you even incarnated and are here in the first place. Ask yourself, did I come here just to chill? Did I come here just to go to strip clubs and be pleasured? Or did I come here just to flex, and that new whip? Or did you come here with purpose and intention? And if you feel like, no, there was no purpose, then this message is not for you. Completely disregard everything that I'm saying. But if you're a real man who has substance and you do feel like you actually had purpose for coming here, then I say, have more of an open mind as far as, dating and, have more of an open mind about family. Even if you feel like, you don't want to have children of your own, but you dated a woman who has children, and you take that woman and her children under your wing, and you can teach those children, you can lead those children, you can be an example and a mentor to those children. Look at it from that perspective. Just be more open-minded. And remember, like I said, a lot of ideologies that we have about life and how things are supposed to go. Remember, that was given to us. So we do have the power and the capacity to change it if we choose to. So we could say, you know what, I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm not going to do what the agenda was, that was planned out 100 years before you got here. You know what I mean? You can break the cycles. These young male boys that are coming up with no guidance, with no role models. You hearing this message today, you men, y'all could do something about it and teach those men and those young boys to, when they get older, not be so soft. Be stand-up man. And even if they're not, fully supporting a woman or fully taking care of her, at least teach them to have, certain charisma and traits about themselves that they're at least open to getting back into their rightful places as being providers, protectors. And when I say providers, yes, financially, but even above that, that emotional support, that mental support. Women, yes, we are strong. And a lot of people say women are not as strong as men. But in a lot of respects, women are 3 times stronger than men. When a woman gives birth to a child, the pain of giving birth to that baby is equivalent to breaking every bone in your body. What man can break every bone in his body repeatedly, multiple children, repeatedly, and still roll up their sleeves, get back to work, pay rent, make sure everything is good? I say all that to say that women are very strong physically. But a lot of the times when we're being so strong and we have to exercise all of our energy being strong, emotionally we fall short. And if we don't have those companions who are emotionally available, because a lot of men aren't emotionally available, they'll be there to, hang out, kick it, do a couple of little fun stuff here or there on average. But when it comes to that emotional stability, that emotional support, that connection to let us be able to let our hair down and just feel safe emotionally, a lot of the times, we lack that and we need that. And men, y'all need to really evaluate yourselves and see where you can improve as far as being emotionally available to women, because we not getting it. We lacking it. So just some food for thought. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe. Make sure y'all share the video too.